Welcome back to the It Girl Mindset. I'm so excited to get in today's episode. This is something that has really been on my mind a ton lately, so I'm really hyped to kind of talk about it and then be able to give some guidance on it because I'm in such a good, happy place right now. And today we are going to talk about how to live a happy, fulfilled life, okay? I feel like this is the big question that everyone is longing for. And I don't know, I feel like I've finally cracked the code. And again, knowing how to live a happy life doesn't necessarily mean you're happy 24/7, okay? It's about knowing how to navigate life. So I'm excited to just dive into kind of some tips that I have because, like I said, I've been so happy lately. And honestly, I've just been going through huge transformations in this last year and a half. I had some really hard times, and from the outside looking in, it probably looked like I had the perfect life, okay? And I know I've talked about this a bit on the podcast here and there, where in 2023 especially, 2024 was like slowly starting to get back to normal, but 2023, I had all of the things. I had my soulmate boyfriend, freaking amazing. I had the job. I was making a really good amount of money through my business, my health and fitness coaching business. I, had my body. I was like healing my skin. Like I looked like I had it all and I was not happy. I was confused. I was like, what the heck? I have everything I've always wanted. Why the heck am I not happy? And it was really frustrating to me because I was like, how could this be? I've been working my whole life to get to this point right here. Why am I not happy? And all of us, we think that as soon as we get our dream job, that's the thing that's going to make us happy. As soon as we have our dream body, that's the thing that's going to make us happy. Whenever we meet our soulmate boyfriend, that's the thing that's going to make us happy. And then you get to either accomplishing these goals or having these manifestations come through, and it's like, wait, how did I get here? And also it's confusing because you're like, wait, I've tried and worked my whole life for this. I have all the things. I should feel grateful. And there's part of you, and I'm speaking from personal experience, it's like, you're like, what's wrong with me? Like, I should be happy. And this is the thing. If you're only relying on your happiness towards the external thing or the goal or whatever, you're never going to be happy. You have to learn to enjoy the journey in the process, because that's what life is. Life is a journey and a process. And if you are only focusing on the outcomes, you're never going to be satisfied. Because once you get there, you're going to be happy for 2 seconds and then you're going to be like, on to the next one, okay? And again, there is happiness from external things like, again, compliments, career, all of these things. And then there's true internal happiness. And that's what I'm going to talk about today because, like I said, externally, I look like I was living the life in 2023. I was like traveling to Tahoe. I went to Hawaii. Like I was drinking. I was doing all these things that look like everything should be perfect. The career, the boyfriend, I own the house, I have the dog, like all the things. But like there was something inside me that was like, I'm so unhappy. And I was shocked and confused and upset. And I honestly was going through kind of a depressive state because I was so lost and confused. And so I've done a lot of healing since then. And honestly, I feel like I was meant to go through that to be able to teach this to people because so many people, again, rely on external things to make them happy, even if it's like drinking. If you're purely relying on drinking to make you happy, you're never going to be satisfied. If you're only relying on looking a certain way to make you happy, you're never going to be satisfied. If you're looking for a certain amount of money to make you happy, you're never going to be satisfied, okay? And so that's why this is so powerful, and I honestly feel so lucky that I've gone through the things that I went through to be able to share this knowledge because I'm so excited for the rest of my life because I feel like I have the key to happiness. And again, it's not to say I'm going to be happy and life's going to be rainbows and sunshine the whole time, but I feel like I understand how to navigate life now too. Let's get into 7 tips for you to live a happy, fulfilled, fun life, okay? Welcome to the It Girl Mindset, where I help you step into the next level version of yourself by mastering your mindset, manifesting your deepest desires, and connecting deeply with your body. It's about becoming the most authentic, radiant, unapologetic, and unbothered version of yourself. Together, we're going to chat about how to unlock your true potential and create a life that feels as good as it looks. If you're ready to become the healthiest, hottest, and most abundant version of yourself, you're in the perfect place. Let's get into it. So all of these connect together, but the first thing you need to do is create space. And this is space mentally, this is space physically, and some of the other things we're going to talk about go into this, but I thought it was really important to talk about first because I know when I was in this state of like dysregulation, I was like always trying to fill my time with something because I was afraid of sitting still and I was afraid of being with myself. It's decently easy to clear physical space, you know, when you want to like donate stuff, get rid of stuff, all the things like declutter. That is very, very important, but also the mental space, being able to sit with yourself, which again, I'm going to talk about in a later tip, but creating as much space as possible. If you are constantly back to back to back, you're not going to have any room to grow or have time to do anything because all you're doing is almost making yourself busy to avoid something. And in one of the tips, we'll get to how to figure that out, but you need to create space in your life, mental, physical, and emotional, okay? Number 2 is self-love. You cannot live a happy life if you are hating yourself, okay? You have to become obsessed with yourself. You have to truly, truly love yourself so much that you're willing to put in the work. You're willing to go deep. You're willing to grow, okay? You have to love yourself. I say this all the time, but you have to, once you start loving yourself and becoming your own biggest cheerleader, life becomes a bajillion times more fun because look, we're all so hard on ourselves, truly. We are, and I went through a phase, as you know, probably you know that I went through a long phase of literally hating myself. Couldn't even name 10 things that I loved about myself or even liked about myself for that matter. But learning to love yourself no matter what season of life you're in, learning to love yourself now while you are striving for more, striving to be happy, striving to be who you know you're meant to be, okay? Self-love is at the core of it, okay? Because again, we're all in our own heads. We're all critiquing ourselves so hard. And we always think it's like, we always project our own insecurities onto other people. And I mean this by saying, if you think someone's thinking about you because you have acne or whatever it may be, it's really just telling you that you're insecure about that. People probably don't even notice. I have struggled with my acne my whole entire freaking life and up until now. So cancel, clear, delete. I'm not saying that into the universe, but I am saying that I used to struggle with acne my whole entire freaking life. And when I talk about it with my friends, they're like, you had acne? Like, I never noticed. It's because we're all in our own brains. Our own insecurities are just projections. We project them onto other people, meaning that we think that people are thinking about that at us when no one even fucking notices. Everyone's in their own little world, okay? So love the shit out of yourself no matter where you're at in your journey, okay? Tip number 3 is to feel amazing in your body. I don't think you can be truly happy if you're not treating your body with respect, if you're not moving it, if you're not eating well, if you're not nourishing your body, if you're not, getting sleep. Like, you have to take care of your body because she is literally your home and you have one of her, okay? You don't get more than one, so you need to take care of her because again, when we feel amazing, we actually have the confidence to go out and do the things that we want to do, go try a new hobby. But if we're feeling like shit and we're tired and we're exhausted and we're just zoning out on TikTok, not taking care of our body, not moving, not nourishing it, you're going to feel like shit. So you must feel amazing in your body, and that means, having a bit of discipline, truly, truly honoring your body so much that it's not about what you feel like doing, it's about what your body truly needs, okay? And honestly, I think the last couple months I kind of had this realization recently that I haven't been doing what my body really needs. I've kind of been using this excuse of like, oh yeah, my back is injured and I can't really work out, blah, blah, blah. But like, there's other things I could have been doing. And so in my mind, I was like, I'm honoring my body and not pushing it. But what she really needed was actually maybe like some other types of movements or maybe some rehab for my back, strengthening my core. Again, there's a difference between doing what you feel like and doing what your body actually needs, okay? Huge difference. And I actually think I have a whole podcast episode on that. I can't remember the number, but I can put it in the show notes. But it's so true. Just doing what your body needs is so important. You cannot attract the things you want to. You cannot be successful. I don't believe you can be happy if you feel like shit all the time. Okay. So you need to take care of your body. Okay. Your one and only body. Tip number 4 is to release limiting beliefs, release old fears, past version of yourselves. And we do this through neuro-linguistic programming. We all have thoughts, fears, beliefs because of our childhood. And it's so important to not be afraid of going to your past and clearing limiting beliefs, but being so true to yourself that you are going to do what it takes. And I'm not going to lie, releasing limiting beliefs is freaking hard. It makes you dig deep into your mind and your childhood and your past traumas, big T and little t traumas, okay, to be able to move forward. Honestly, this was, I think, the missing piece of my journey for the longest time was this releasing old fears and beliefs, because I've talked about this before, but I didn't even know I had this fear of abandonment. And it came up for me one time. My boyfriend, freaking amazing soulmate boyfriend, he would go golfing, and for some reason I was just so anxious about it. And I was like, what is this? Like, why am I so anxious? Like, checking his location, making sure he's alive. Like, I couldn't fall asleep if he was not home, because he would go out golfing with friends, and I would just be an anxious wreck. And I'm like, what the fuck? This is so annoying. Why do I feel this way? And I finally learned that it's not about the current situation. Our fears and beliefs and whatever they may be they're about our childhood. And I was also confused because I'm like, I have a dad, a stepdad, a mom. I have so many parental figures in my life. What does this fear of abandonment come from? Because I was never abandoned. I honestly have a ton of parents. And I cleared this limiting belief. I cleared this fear using neuro-linguistic programming. And literally the next day, Eric went golfing with his friends. And not that I didn't care, but I was just so unbothered. I was like, yeah, sure, whatever. Like, I was able to like focus on being present and being with myself. And I was literally just chilling with Luna, my dog. I was able to fall asleep, and he got home. And it was like so calming and relaxing. I was like, whoa. So that's just an example of how you can use neuro-linguistic programming to release past beliefs, past fears, anything that you're ready to let go of. Honestly, yeah, like I said, that was freaking huge and life-changing for me once I learned that. So again, I don't think you can be truly, truly happy with yourself until you learn that it's okay to let go of these past fears and where these fears come from, and releasing these limiting beliefs that are just doing nothing for you. All they're doing is holding you back. So such an important piece of the puzzle. The next tip is to regulate your nervous system. Again, I know I just said like the releasing limiting beliefs is important, but honestly, regulating your nervous system, this has also been one of the most life-changing things for me. I just got back from a run. Obviously, I showered and got ready, but I went for a run, and the old Ashley was like, get it done as quickly as possible, okay? I just gotta go. And I was like constantly rushing. And I learned that that's a sign that your nervous system is dysregulated. And so we have kind of two types of stress in our body. We can either be rest and digest or stressed. And this stress is a dysregulated nervous system. Once I learned about this, I'm currently actually in a mastermind learning about nervous system regulation. My life has been changed. I am so much more present and grounded, and I'm able to take my time. Like, ask my boyfriend. I used to be so impatient and just rush around. I couldn't even fill up my water bottle without being annoyed that it was taking too long, or feeling like I need to like put a podcast on while I fill up my water bottle. Like, what? Like, that is ridiculous. So regulating my nervous system and just being calm, present, and grounded has been freaking life-changing. Like, my day-to-day is literally different because I'm not just like running around like a chicken with his head cut off. I'm like able to be present and be excited and like make things a vibe. And like the old Ashley used to force herself to run and sprint as fast as she could, go. And I don't want to hurt myself as part of it, but also I'm able to just be I'm able to just run. I would run a little bit and then I'd walk a little bit and I'd run a little bit. And it wasn't about the end goal. It wasn't about me getting home as quickly as possible and looking at how many steps I did, because that's what it used to be. Now it's like about enjoying the experience of the run, hanging out with my dog, being out in nature, which again, I am just as shocked as you are that it was even possible for me, because if you knew me, which I guess a lot of people don't know this side of me because you don't live with me, but I just like was go, 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 and I could never just slow down. And now that I've seen myself and understand what regulated and dysregulated nervous systems is, I can't unsee it. I look at people now, I'm like, oh my God, take a deep breath. And I can even, it's not like I'm perfect now. I still am working on all of these tools, especially this one, because even we went to a burger place and it's new and it was poppin'. Like there were so many people, and it was one of those burger places where you like go up, order, pay, and then you sit down, so you have to find your own table. In the fucking chaos, I was so dysregulated. I like had to eat my burger as fast as possible and just like take some deep breaths. Like I was super dysregulated. And so that's one of the pieces that I know. I'm like, okay, cool. I need to work on that. When I'm in a very overstimulated environment, what can I do to bring myself down? I should probably do a whole podcast episode on nervous system regulation, because that's not even scratching the surface of, how to, like, all the different types and how to actually come into your body and how to be present and grounded and use this to your advantage. But yeah, this is also a huge reason why I've been able to just like find this key to happiness, because I like being in the present moment. I used to run away from the present moment. It was insane. So regulating your nervous system is so freaking powerful. Tip number 6 is to connect to your intuition. Okay. Before I tell you what intuition is, I want to start by saying I think to find true happiness, even before I go into that, to be happy and have fulfillment and have purpose in your life, we are all put on this earth for a reason. I truly, truly believe that, because we have these desires that are in our brain. We have them, like me, wanting to teach people about being happy, wanting to teach people about nervous system regulation and releasing limiting beliefs and working on your mindset, okay? You probably might not exactly resonate with that, and that's okay. We all have desires in our brain for a reason. And I think that a big piece of us being on earth is being able to experience life, obviously, but also being able to figure out what our purpose is and what we're truly meant to do and be in this world. I think we're all put here for a reason, okay? Like for me, I thought originally it was health and fitness. I was like, oh, that's my purpose. I'm supposed to help people to live healthy lives. But for me, it just went deeper. And so I had to keep following these pings in my brain. And again, our desires are there for a reason. My boyfriend, he's health and fitness coach. He does not want to do the same things that I want to do. He has different desires. He has different interests, okay? And that's okay. That's what makes us who we are. Again, like people wanting to be nurses and firefighters, like people believe that they're born to do that, and they probably are. And like for me, that sounds not very fun to me. That sounds scary and stressful, and a lot of other emotions tapped into that. But I'm just saying we all have desires for a reason. And when we get these kind of pings in our brain of like, oh, this sounds kind of fun. Ooh, this sounds like something that would light my soul on fire. Like this sounds fun. This sounds like a vibe, whatever it may be. That is your intuition guiding you, okay? And how you can actually tune into your intuition is by being still, creating space, okay? Like I said, kind of bringing it back to that first one. You have to be able to give yourself the chance to listen to your intuition, which means you have to create space. You have to give yourself time to spend by yourself. You have to be regulated. You have to be able to sit in stillness with yourself and get these intuitive pings, okay? I get intuitive pings sometimes when I'm just being still, setting an intention to do so. Or like when I was on a run today, I was getting ping, 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 which is great. I just need a better way to hold my phone so I can actually like write them down. But yeah, intuitive ping, and it's about learning and figuring out when you get those intuitive pings. That's why a lot of people talk about like shower thoughts, like things just come to your brain. It's because you're in there by yourself and you don't have as many distractions as the external world. Because we probably get pings all the time, but we just like ignore them, or we're not in a present enough state to be able to hear it. And again, that's why I believe you have to create space. You have to have a regulated nervous system. You have to have self-love, or else you're not going to be able to connect to your intuition. And what your intuition does is guides you to your purpose. And that leads me to the last tip, which is finding your purpose. In order to live a happy life, you have to, I believe, the truth that I know to believe is that when you are following your purpose, that's when you are going to be the most happy. Because like I said, I had all of the things. I had the boyfriend, the career, like I had people working under me. I was making a ton of money. Like that was what I thought was going to make me happy, but it wasn't, because I wasn't actually following my true purpose. My true purpose is this: helping people with their mindset, helping people be happy, live full fucking lives, release limiting beliefs. Like this is the shit that actually lights me up. And so that's why I was getting so burnt out with health and fitness, but I didn't know why. And it's because I knew deep down that my purpose was bigger than that. It was different, but I was ignoring my intuition. And so I had to go through all these initiations. I had to learn, I think I had self-love down, but like regulating your nervous system and releasing limiting beliefs. So those are two big key points to where I was able to finally tune into my intuition, which led me to my actual purpose. And now I am so fucking happy. I can't even describe it to you. Like every single day, obviously not every single day is perfect, but I just have so much enjoyment in my day-to-day lives, whether I'm out boating or I'm in Tahoe or I'm just drinking coffee and reading a book or going on a run with Luna or just walking Luna. Like I feel such fulfillment from just being me. And that's what the key to happiness is. Truly, it is so crazy how your life shifts when all of these things fall into place. And again, I think the key to happiness is finding and living your purpose, okay? But to get there, you need all these steps before, like self-love, creating space, regulating your nervous system, taking care of your body, all of connecting to your intuition. Like this all leads to finding your true purpose, which is what I think will make you the most fulfilled and happy person ever. And I know this because I went through the whole thing, okay? Okay, wow. I know that was a lot, and there's a lot of key pieces here, and I'm not able to go in depth on every single one. I could probably make a separate podcast episode for each individual tip that I just described to get you to be the most happy, fulfilled, hot, successful, unbothered, healed version of yourself, okay? And this is what I help my clients with too. If you're looking to be happy, hot, and healed, and you are ready to step into your purpose and create a life that looks as good as it feels, then go ahead and apply to my one-to-one private mentorship program. I only take limited clients, but if all of this resonated with you and you're like, wait, I need to do all these steps. I want to be the happiest fucking version of myself and live my life to the fullest, then go ahead and apply. If you have any questions at all, please feel free to reach out on Instagram at Ashley Robots. It's also in the show notes. But again, you can get there on your own, and I believe that you can. I just want you to know how freaking worthy you are of having true happiness, not this external fake shit, goal achieving stuff that we think is going to make us happy. True happiness. I want you to reach your goals, but enjoy the shit out of your life at the same time. It is so powerful when you realize that you control your happiness and not these external things. Then you don't have to wait around to be happy. You get to be happy right fucking now, even while you're striving for more. It is literally like the most freeing, liberating, empowering thing I have ever learned in my whole entire life. And I want to help you too. Okay? But as always, if you have any questions, please feel free to let me know. I hope you enjoyed this episode. I freaking love you guys. Thank you so much for being here. Don't forget to share it with a friend, like and subscribe. I freaking love you guys. Thank you so much for being here.